the middle of May, and I thought I would show you here. These little marigolds are ones we planted several weeks ago online, and they are doing fine. I'm going to plant them out in the garden today along a path. Aren't you proud of us? Aren't you proud of us? We are also going to, this morning when I got up, I watched Becky at Aunt Beck's Creations. She did a nail art prompt video. She used my prompts from the other night, and I really loved what she did. She made nail art envelopes, so I thought that I would follow along, play along with Becky, and do some envelopes, some nail art envelopes this morning. So that's what we're going to do. Let me put my camera up on my stand. It'll be a little wiggly for a minute while I do this. It's always a little wiggly. Get it plugged in. Oh, it says to rotate. Let me zoom in. I'll probably have to zoom in when we get started. The link to Becky's video, I believe she did it yesterday. I was out in the garden yesterday. She said she's going to try to get back to doing her streams on Monday at 6:30 and Wednesdays. I think she comes on after Anne, and I think it's around 12:30 or so. I could be wrong there. I will check it later. But if she doesn't come on, she'll announce. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with what's going on with these marigolds. I think they're going to thrive out in the garden, and I have enough here that I can put them in a long row. They're ready to be planted, so that's what I'm going to do today. I've been working in the garden a lot. I planted yesterday my watermelon and cherries. Not cherries, cherry tomatoes. Yeah, no cherries. And then I also raked out the dirt up on the corner where the black walnut tree is and planted 2 fern plants out there. I want to get some more fern plants if they're still there by the time. I'm waiting for my truck to come so that I can go buy some plants. It's a long wait, let me tell you. I got my garden ready to go. I need plants. All right, so let me take this out in the living room so I don't spill it. And I'll be back in a minute. Hold on. I got to turn around here. I'll be back in a sec. Don't go. Whew. I made it without spilling dirt on the rug. Yay. I'm going to have to get my brother to turn on the air conditioning. It got really hot last night. This is what we did Sunday night, Tuesday morning. I forget. Tuesday morning, we did the paper weaving. So fun to do. So fun to do. If I have time, I'll work on that, but I'm going to concentrate on the envelopes this morning. Let me zoom in. And of course, my camera's crooked. All right, we'll stop there and see how that looks. Let me get over to my notepad and welcome folks in. Oh, that fan feels good. It got really hot in here last night. I know my brother's going to hem and haw about turning on that air conditioner, but hopefully he got hot. Oh. I opened the front door this morning to let some fresh air in. All right, let me get to YouTube here. Clear all my notifications. Come on. Do 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 with a knick-knack paddywhack. Where is my video going off to? Okay. I need to go to my channel and to my live stream. I'm finding you guys. Don't hide from me. Oh, I'm in my other account. Let's switch accounts. So I've been getting out in the garden early in the morning, or early for me. I don't wait till 11 o'clock, because if I wait for 11 o'clock, the sun's already half up, and I need to, where is my stream? Yeah, I need to get out there while it's still cool. It's been warm the last couple days. There you are. Skip the ad. Skip the ad. I got 5 of you in here. Welcome in. Hi, Arlene. Welcome in, Arlene. I just turned my little notepad on this morning. It ran out of juice the other day, and it's been adjusting to. Let me set my settings while we're waiting for folks to come in. Oh, of course I got a notification right where quality, right where I wanted to hit the screen. I got a notification. Advanced 1080. And let me set the chat to all messages. Welcome in if you're in the balcony. That's cool. Now, chat filter, all messages. Arlene is the only one who's saying good morning to me. Now we got 4 in here. Oh, so yeah, I am making a packing paper art journal 6x6 that I made out of packing paper that I got from a sale order from Debbie Epps, and it is turning out nice. I got these 2 pages to work in and these 2, but this was my last page I did, and I'm really, really happy with it. But today, what we're going to do is some mail art a la Becky, and the link to her video is in the description box below. I remembered to do that. And I'm going to use, I cut the papers, I made signatures out of papers here, but I saved the envelopes, so I'm going to use these envelopes. And it looks like I have some note paper to fit in them, here and here. So we might save the note paper off and we're going to do 2 envelopes, and I will give away one, and let me get another envelope out here. I will give away one, and some of these envelopes are smaller. I want a larger one. Let me find a larger one. Are they all smaller? Is that one smaller? That one's larger. Let's see what I have here. I think I have my larger ones are down here. Maybe. These are all papers. These are things I cut. Do I only have one large envelope? Well, maybe I'll work on small envelopes. Let me sort this out. I used this paper for a project that I'm doing in the Fib Diggity Creators. This is all, looks like I made signatures here. Here's the envelope. Looks like all I have left here are the smaller envelopes. So we might do small envelopes. I don't know if I'll do that many prompts because that's a lot of prompts for a small space. I don't think I have 2 large envelopes. Well, pooh, I thought I had envelopes out here. That's another small envelope. I made signatures and I tucked my envelopes inside the signatures. That's what I did. So, we're going to do 2 small, maybe we'll do 3 small ones. And I'll give 2 away. How does that sound? So we got 1, 2, 3. This must not have been with this box. It must be an odd one because either I took out all the large envelopes and used them, or there never were any. All right. I lost you guys. Where did you go? I lost you. My YouTube went away on my notepad. That's interesting. And I got Who Ate the Parakeet. Let me get out of that video. I don't know what happened here. YouTube. Skip. Micro is on. And I want to go to me, into my channel. Sorry, you guys, you jumped away from me while I wasn't looking. Now I have to set everything up again. Oh dear. This is just a piece of white paper. Arlene is here. Ruth Lamb. Good morning, Miss Ruth. It's good to see you this morning. Angie Brown is here. Hi, Angie girl. How's your eyes? She said, I'm going back to bed. She may not be here. Angie says, tell Mary I'm sorry, but I'm tired. All right, Angie. Angie had an eye doctor appointment the other day. All right. Tell Mary I'm sorry. You poked in and said good morning to me. That's nothing to be sorry about. So, I'm a happy camper. All righty. So now we're going to list the prompts. And I'm not going to use the ones that I did the other day because I don't know where the list is. I don't know what I did with the list. But I'll need a piece of paper to... We're going to use the Somerset Studio magazine. And I'm going to have you guys... Well, there's only 2 of you in here now. So I guess I'll let random org choose my numbers. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to you. Yeah, I got my onion planted, my cannabobs are planted. I think I'm going to get some more. The lady that I contacted on Facebook said that she had some left. And I said I needed 10, and she read my message, but she didn't answer, so I don't know if I'm going to pick them up today or not. All right. I need a pen to write with. This will do. And I'm just going to write on the back of this magazine. And let me set up the prompt list here. I always do fold my paper in half because this is the size of my journals now. I like this size because I can, it's very big enough to work on and write on, yet I can hold it in my hand. I don't really go for those huge journals anymore, although that doesn't mean I won't do one. So this is the mail art prompt game prompts. And I'm following Becky, what she did. I thought this was a cool way to do a prompt game. And I love that she used my prompts. She did it in reverse order. She did, she had a strawberry something magazine. I've never heard of that one before. Let's see, mail art prompts today is 5/15/2025. The prompts are 1 through, oh no, that's the game. We don't need to do that. So I'm going to go through and pick all the prompts and do the description. So if you want to work along, you can work along at your speed. I think I'm only going to do 6 prompts though, because these envelopes are fairly small and you get too much on there. I get too much on there, so I'm going to do 6 prompts and 2 wild cards if I don't like something. Although using these Somerset Studio magazines, there's not much that I don't like. The first one will be background color. All right, so I need to pick pages 1 through 6. Hi, Nancy. Good morning, Nancy Widner. It's good to see you. And there's Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline. Are you tatting, my lady? Are you tatting? I want to see a string of rings from you. We're going to have to decide how often we want to meet. If I don't know if you guys, I'm ready to meet again, but you know, you got, Jacqueline, Paint Girly, and myself tatted together the other day, and I got the giggles. It was really fun. I did a Zoom, but we ran out of time. Most of our time was figuring out Zoom. We both had to download it again, and Paint Girly lost her computer, had to reboot. So most of our Zoom time was gone just figuring things out. And then I don't think we went to StreamYard, did we? Jacqueline, I have to learn, I don't know if Becky's out there listening, but we have to learn, I have to learn how to do a group chat on Facebook. I asked, Jacqueline did it. She started a Facebook video, and I said, how'd you do that? And she said, I just pressed the button. I'm going, where are the buttons? I don't see a button to press. So I have something that I have to set somewhere. Let's see, I'm reaching for my phone. I'm going to go out to random.org. And then let's see. We did Facebook something. Yeah. I got the biggest kick out of Jacqueline because she just presses the button. Go, one button. You know, I know, it's so funny. I got the giggles. I still get the giggles over it. Let me go to random.org here. Let's see, where did I put my... And I should have it in here in my history, but we'll just type in random. And I'm only going to do 6 prompts. And if that's not enough, I'll do a couple wild cards. Random.org, sequence generator. Come on. And I'm going to do between pages 1 and 144. Because that's how many pages that are in this Somerset Studio. And get sequence, and I'll write down the page numbers. So the background color hopefully will come off of page 109, 75, 118, let me draw a line here, 118, 86, 19, and 95. So that's all we had to do there. And if I have time, I'll do a couple more envelopes, but I'm learning to not try to do so much at once. I never get it done, and then I got a needle stuck in here with thread. I don't get it done, and then it sits out there. So the first prompt was background color. So let's go to page 75 and see what I see on here for a prompt. Can you guys see? Yeah, you can see. 94, 88, 82, 77. Oh, it's nothing but the spaces. What is this supposed to do? Arm Requiem. Let's see what it says here. I wish they were in print in a light font. I wish they would not do that. I am almost tempted to write to them and say, for those of us with older eyes, when you print with a light tan font, it is so hard to read. Lynn Farrell was so kind to share the secrets behind some of the magazine tricks she used to create artwork featured on page 94 that we can't help but encourage you to try out some of these below. So let's go to page 94 and see what... Oh, this is not my thing. Shapeshifters. I don't care for that. I'm not doing that. Let's go to a wild card. I don't care for this. I don't care for this type of art here. It's not my thing. This is just not my thing. Some people like it. That's really fine. You know, do you. You do you. I'll do me. But you know what I do like are these hands. I like these hands. So we might put some hands. I'm going to tear this out. And wouldn't it be fun to make an envelope out of this and give it away? Or even, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I want to give it away. I guess it was. All right, so we're going to tear that one out. I might just put it right back in the magazine and use it as inspiration. But we're going to do hands. Yeah, you leave these out too long and they get dry on you. Got to put the cap back on them. And this needle keeps falling down. I think hands on the envelope will be fun. So hands. I might switch this around, do my hands for, well, no. Well, yeah, because I think I'll do my hands first and paint around them with the background color so that the hands will stand out. It just depends on what colors are on page 109. Page 118. Page 118. It's 137. 128, 26, 24, 22, 21, 20. Oh, look. But we can do dresses. These are dresses. So I'll pop back in. Let's see. We firmly believe that you're never too old to play dress up, even if it's just on paper. Take inspiration from Jennifer Shackelford on page 90. Well, I think that that's still, but I like the dress shapes. Let's go to page 90, if I can find it. That's 70, 88, 80. No, oh, look. We can do dresses. Yes, ma'am. this is page 90, but we'll do this dress, or dress like this. So dresses will be that prompt. This is going to be some fun envelopes. Hands and dresses and background color. Page 86 for the next prompt. I love how Becky did nail art with it. I think that was a really good idea. So I am playing along with her. 88, 86. So what do we have here? Natural dyes, red cabbage. Well, I don't want to do cabbage, but I see some clothespins where she's tied thread around clothespins. So I'm going to put clothespins with thread around it. Thread. And you could use a wild card if you don't want to do this. But I'll draw the thread on there. I'm not going to, because this is going to be mail art. I don't want to. And I think I'm going to open up these envelopes to work on them. I think I'll work on them flat. Well, I'll have to think about that, though, because some of these might be up. Hands upside down or dresses upside down wouldn't be too bad of an idea. I'll decide of that. Thread on clothespins. And page 19, we'll go back to page 109 and pick the background color. Page 19 is big time inspiration. What did she do? Looks like journals. They're clipped shut. Light colored font. I hate their light colored font. Small scale. Can't even read it. Reality, creation. Small scale creation, big time inspiration. When I looked closely at pop-up books, I was intrigued by its ability to become three-dimensional. So she's doing small pop-up books, but I'm going to say a stack of books, and you could put them on a shelf or you could stack them up. I'm just going to put a stack of books. I could say journals, but books work too. All right, and the last prompt is going to be page 95. Shapeshifters. I'm going to do wild card, so I'm going to take and get the next number down. I don't care for that palette. It's just not ringing up. It's not moving me, floating my boat. Page 113. Let's see what's on page 113. 100. 121. 110. Painted papers. 11, 12, 13. Oh, look. Spools of thread. Oh, look at they did faces on that. On these tags. I've got stitched index cards, I think, or something stitched from Jacqueline, but I'm not going to put it on mail art, but I'm going to put spools of thread because I can draw those. So I'm going to put an X here. If you want to use this palette on page 95, go for it. Shapeshifters. That does not float my boat. That's not my, I'm not going there. I look at it and, I'm going, yeah, this is fine for them. I don't like that blue with the red. This one's okay, but this palette just doesn't ring my bell. And I'm going to put wild card. And spools of thread. And I think that was off of page 113. Okay. So my prompts that I'm going to do on this envelope, oh, I've got to pick the background color off of page 109. Let's see what that is. I hope it's something light. 83, 90. Oh yeah, it is. Ooh, I like that. Either a light blue or a light gold or a light yellow. I might use both on different envelopes. I'm going to do 3 envelopes. So light blue, that might have been a gray, but I'm calling it blue. Light blue, light yellow. Okay, so I have 6 prompts. I'm going to work on these smaller type envelopes. And I so want to open it up. I guess if I work on, I have to know which is the bottom and the back. I think I'll leave it like this and work like this. So, my prompts are, this is the Somerset magazine of summer of 2023. The first prompt is background color, light blue, light yellow. The second prompt are hands, and I really like this. I'm going to put it back in my, I'm so tempted to make an envelope out of it, but I think I want to keep it around for inspiration. Hands. The third prompt are dresses. The fourth prompt is thread on clothespins. I might only do 1, maybe 2, and I'm going to draw it. The fifth prompt is a stack of books, and the sixth prompt is spools of thread, and they'll all be drawn on there. I'm not going to do any dimensional art. I'm going to keep these around so I can grab onto them when I need them. And let me get my, let's come out and say good morning to folks who've come in. Let's say good morning to you. Let me turn my sound down. You. Oh, am I in incognito? You're incognito. What did I do? Search. Subscriptions. Turn off incognito. I did a new update and it installed an AI. I hate it. I hate it. I have to tell Gemini to take a screen print for me. Look who's the most relevant on mine. K3N, a home and garden update and a teenage poem 5 days ago. I need to watch some videos. I watched Becky this morning. All right, let's go to my stream. And I am there. Let's go to my, I showed you guys my marigolds at the beginning. Okay. Becky says, let's see, let's go up. Let me set my chat to all messages. Becky says, me too. I'm trying to put a couple of videos up on our trips photo. It's been a while since I've done any editing. And that is doing my head in. I heard you say that, Becky, in your video. I think it's perfectly okay to do the photos off of your camera first, and we can get a perspective of what you saw and recorded versus a perspective of what Scott saw and recorded. And then however else off of your other camera that you used. I enjoyed your Misty Drive. Okay, let me go back up to the top. Arlene is here. Ruth popped in and said good morning. Angie came in. She told me to look at her eyes. She says, Meri, I have good news. My eyes are okay, and I don't have to go back for 2 years. Angie, that is cool. Yay! Nancy Widner popped in. She says, hi, Meri. Good morning. Arlene dropped the link to Becky's mail art video. Thank you, Arlene. Jacqueline popped in and says, howdy, everyone. She said, I'm not tatting. I've been hitting the gym hard. We had the giggles big time. Well, you got to get tatting. You wanted to learn to tat. Yeah, I'll tell you, you got to practice. Just do one ring at a time. Just, time yourself. How long does it take you to do a ring? Just set your clock. Are you out there, Jacqueline, listening to Meri's advice? Set your clock. Do one ring as we did it the other day. Then when you're finished, see how many minutes it took you. Then, the next time that you want to do another ring, leave a space and do another ring, but do it in that amount of time. Look for just a little bit of time between your dye pots or your gym. You can't very well tap while you're walking on the treadmill, but just find, it'll probably take you longer now that you're just starting, but if you keep practicing, it'll take you shorter and shorter amounts of time. And do another ring and just stop. Keep that process in your head, because if you're anything like Meri, you're probably not, because Meri's getting old and forgetful. Let me get rid of this. If you're anything like Meri, come on, flip. Well, let me flip it. If you're anything like Meri, which you're probably not because you're much younger, I will learn a technique and I'll have it down. I understand it, but I don't pick it up again for several weeks because I'm focusing on the other techniques that I'm learning. And then I have to go, how did I do that? So right now, Jacqueline, are you out there? If you're listening in the background, right now, you know that beautiful tassel you sent me? I am making, I'm tatting a holder for it so that I can hang it up on my camera stand here. And I am doing a technique they call split rings. And I had to go, I haven't done split rings. I've done them. They're not hard to do. And I thought, now how did I do that? And I had to go back and review. So especially while you're learning, I encourage you to take the time and practice just one ring a day. And at the end of 5 days, you'll have 5 rings. But time it and see how long did it take me to do that. And let me tell you, Jacqueline did an excellent job. She did excellent. She's a fast learner. She says she's here. I'm encouraging Jacqueline to tat. Tatting is so relaxing once you get that down. It's not hard to get down. There's always new things to learn, but we're doing a very, very basic stitch. There's no picots, there's no joining. There, it's just doing, we're doing a true ring, and we're leaving space, like my string of rings. So she's still here. And Jacqueline, I have enough green matter outside now. Because it's spring, I'm going to do some eco dyeing. I was thinking I need to get out there and do it. I wanted to do it last fall, but I got too late. All the leaves had dried up. The other thing I want to do today is on my plate is plant those marigolds that I showed at the beginning of the stream. All right, let's see what else. Lala popped in. Hi, Lala. Good morning. Becky says, I should have just used the phone, but my big camera takes such gorgeous pictures. Well, then use your big camera. I'd love to see some of those big pictures. Lala popped in to say hello. Becky says, me too. I'm trying to put up a couple videos of trip videos. It's been a while since I've done any editing. Becky says, Becky, I despise doing computer stuff, but it's really needed, yeah. Arlene says, I couldn't sleep yesterday, so I did a digital reset. All the trash, spam, and old unneeded emails are gone, and my hard drive is backed up and decluttered. My computer is moving so much better. Ah, yay, Arlene. I need to do a digital reset on this phone because I save my artwork, and sometimes, you know, when I do my thumbnails, I'll take shoot a couple pictures, and then I edit one, but the other one stays out there, and I need to get rid of the duplicate pictures. The good thing about the phone, and probably your computer someplace, it will flag duplicate files for you. Like if I had two pictures of the same thumbnail that I shot, you know, off of my desk, it would say, do you need both of these? And then the other thing I do is I move all my thumbnail art over to my hard drive, my Google hard drive. I broke down and bought more hard drive space because I'm putting scans and FibDiggity art, the FibDiggity creator art, out on my hard drive. Becky was getting her laundry started. I need to do that too, Miss Becky. I might put a load of laundry in while I'm planting my marigolds. And I read about Angie's eyes. She doesn't have to go back for 2 years. Yeah, whoops. I think I'm back to the top here. So let's get started on our prompts. Let me set this aside. Let me turn it off and save my juice. I'm at 79%. I had to do my laptop. I used all my juice the other day and it went to 0. It's all in your face with that camera. Oh, I was reading Becky's comment about her camera. She said it's hard to carry that big camera. All right, so the first prompt, we're going to do 3 envelopes here. And I think it was really a light gray. It's hard to tell. I need brighter lights in here. But I chose a light blue and a light yellow. So, give me a minute here. Get set up. Give me a second. So that's my background color, light blue and light yellow. And then I'm going to draw, and I guess I was going to draw the hands first, but if I have light colors, I can, let me put some wax paper on because I'm going to need it. Becky, I really like your idea of doing mail art prompts. I liked it so much, I said, that's what I'm going to do today. Becky inspires me. Dee Dee inspires me too. I don't know what she did yesterday. I think, what did she do yesterday? I can't remember. But Monday she was doing coloring, and I'm not into coloring. She and I think her daughter were coloring. I think. I checked on it. I was asleep Monday morning, but I went and checked on Dee Dee afterwards. Let me get some water here on my desk. This prevents the wax paper from shifting around. spread it out. I think I'll make some Rice Krispie bars today, depending on what I'm hoping my check comes in today. If my check comes in today, I'm going to go buy plants. But it may not come in. It's later this week. I have to wait until the 3rd week. But my bank has early payday, which I get paid about 3 days earlier than when I get paid about 3 days earlier by my bank because they know the check is coming, which I really like to have. Then I don't have to wait forever. I'll tell you that money's all spent after I pay my bills, but I still have plants to buy, and gosh, planting season's about over with. Although my cherry tomatoes, I'm going to plant my red peppers today, and marigolds. Let's see, I want a light yellow. That's Mod Podge. I want a light yellow and light blue. This is Bimini blue. I like Bimini blue. And I think I'll do 2 yellows and 1 blue. You know, I should do 4 envelopes. But no, Meri, limit yourself. And that's probably way too much. And you get a brush. This brush will do. It's not a good brush. It's just a craft brush. The bristles are bushy. Let's spritz that with some water. And we're just gonna paint. Let's put this above and I'll come back and do the back in a minute. Probably have to dry them. And I'm thinking I will mix that blue with the yellow and make a light green. No, I need to do the back. Alrighty, heat gun alert once I get it out. Quartz. All these quartz. It's a very light yellow, but that's good because I want to draw on here. And these are pretty thin envelopes, so when I draw with my pen, let me get my plug out here. When I draw with my pen, it'll soak through to the inside. And I hope it doesn't soak through to the other side, but if it does, it does. But we'll see what happens here. Heat gun alert! Alright, let's flip them over, and I don't want this to seal, so I'm going to hope, you know what I think I'll do is take some painter's tape. I'm not sure this will work. So let's try it. It might rip off my envelope, but let's try and put some painter's tape here. Yeah, I'm afraid that's going to rip the envelope. Let's go for the double-sided tape on here. Prevent it from sealing. It might try to seal a little anyway, because this is only not huge. We'll try it. And then I'm doing this so that when I put that paint down, it won't seal the flap to the this will prevent it from sealing, hopefully. It might anyway. We'll find out. And while I have my tape out and in my hands, let's go ahead and do the other envelope. One envelope is going to be blue. I'm going to give away, I guess I'll give away two. A yellow and a blue one, and I'll keep the other yellow one. Mail it to myself. Now, in my last stream, I think I showed mail art that I got from Jacqueline, and she had envelopes that she dyed. We might do some mail art out of those sometime. That would be fun to do, wouldn't it? All right, we got to do the backs here, and I'm going to put a drop more of yellow on here, because we got two backs to do. And get my tape out of the way. Spread some more water on there. And might have to do it, put some more on there. I'm going to lift this up a little. Oh heck, should I do the inside? Probably should. Now I should have put something in here. That I think I'll get away with it. Let's go ahead and dry it. Let me put this here. Let's go ahead and dry it. Now I have paint on both sides, but I don't know if that's enough of a barrier if I draw with my pen. I'll test it down here and see if it comes through. I could draw with my paint pens. Maybe I'll do paint pen art. Maybe we'll do paint pens instead of my felt tip pen. And right now, I'm thinking hands and the dresses, and we could decorate the dresses with the spools of thread and the clothespins and whatever else he had a prompt with. Let's put a little paint on here that I missed. No, missed down here in the corner. Alrighty. We'll set that one aside, and I'll need some more yellow. You guys, I have a drawer of paint that I got when our local store liquidated about 3 or 4 years ago. 3 years ago. And I need to use it. I need to use it. Alright, let's do this first. Shall we do this first? Let's do this first. And maybe I'll go ahead and dry this so it doesn't stick. Put my paintbrush in there. And I was looking for a, let's do this. Yeah, should have thought of that before. Whoops. Got to use the brush side, Mary. Can't paint with the end of the paintbrush. I guess you could make lines with it. That went pretty fast. Let's try that. I saw a spot here that, right there. Now let's fold it. And do this side. And I'm just getting a light background color on. Light blue and light yellow. Angie went back to sleep. Arlene says, I do not know how to use Google Drive, but I got a message that it was full. I finally figured out how to look at it. There was stuff in there from back when I was on Google+. I just deleted everything. Yeah, I kind of agree if you don't look at that stuff for years. And I probably have old stuff on there that can be deleted. I tend to keep my thumbnails because they're kind of, most of them are kind of representative of my art. And what I want to do is grab them and make a little, now that I have my camera, I want to make borders of my art, like what Barb Owen does in her journals. I just haven't got around to it. I could do that in a stream. I could do that in a stream. That might be fun to do sometime. I think I left my notebook out in the other room. I think I already have it as a reminder. Did I leave my notebook out here? No. It might be in my other box. All right. So we're going to let these dry a little while I do my blue one. I'm happy with those. And after we get my art on them and everything, I might press them so they'll be nice and neat. And I might just put some fussy cuts in them. Let's flip this around. Oh, wait. Hold it. I don't know if my paint book is close by. Is my paint book here? No. I never have it when I want it. I put it aside. I was using it the other night. Now, fiddle faddle. I'm running over a magazine here. Hold on. Which one I'm running over? What did I do with my paintbook? Grr! Excuse me while I growl. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take... Well, I can't even find those now. Let's see. This is one of Debbie Up's composition books I got from her, and she already has some painty pages on here. I'm gonna use this as a background. Alrighty, we'll set that aside and let it dry. And let's flip this to the blue. Because now we're going to do a blue envelope. Let me get a towel. Now with this. Make sure that I don't have any wet on here. Although some yellow in there would be okay. And let me grab my water again here. Now let's flip this while we're at it. And you could save your paper, your wax paper, for tissue. We might glue this in that composition book when I'm done here. All right. So now we're going to do what happened to my palette. Where did it float off to? On the floor? I don't see it. Jeez. Where'd my palette go? Well, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to pull out another one. Oh, I put it... No, I didn't put it over there to dry. I don't know what I did with it. It was here a minute ago. That's okay. We got plenty of wax paper. I think it may have flown off my desk while I was flipping paper here. All right. I'll put my yellow back. And the blue. Bimini blue is a pretty color. This is Apple Barrel Bimini blue. I don't really have a plug. It's just dry paint on the tip here. I might need a little more. And some water. I'm not going to wash out my brush. If I get a little yellow and blue together, it'll be green. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about it too much. And that's a little darker than what I want. I'm gonna, because I want to draw on here. I'm just gonna flip it. Alrighty. Ooh, that's a little more again. Let me spritz a little water on that. Alrighty, now let's dry that and do the flap. I just want a really light background. I don't have to make sure I get that. Okay. Throw that away. So we have how many in here? 8? Oh no, I have more than 8, don't I? Do I only have 8 people in here? Where are all my fun people? Let me spread this out on here. Alrighty, I'm going to put this up above and let it dry up above. And we'll put this one back over here and let it dry. I need something to hold that flat down now. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Alrighty. So let me refresh my chat. $18 people. You like the grid notebook the best? They're fun, aren't they? Jacqueline dies on gridded paper. That's exactly what you do? You love painted envelopes for Happy Mail. Well, that's what we're doing. And I'm thinking, since we have 18 in here, I'm going to go away and go away. I'm going to go on, along go on and do the giveaway. So you guys have a chance to, while you're here, without having to wait to the end of the stream for the giveaway. And then I'll do the rest. We're going to give away one. An international are welcome to play if you're international. I'm going to do, the range is 1 to 100. The international are welcome to play. I might put a little, a few fussy cuts in there. I'm not going to put much in. Maybe I'll put some doll cuts, fussy cuts in there. Oh, I'll see what I have. I'm going to give away a yellow one and a blue envelope. And if I have your address, I can send it right off. So a yellow one and a blue one. I'm going to do the random org sequence generator. The person that's closest to the top number will win the, without going over, will win the yellow one. The person that's closest to the second number will win the second one. And international are welcome to play because I think I've got one international stamp left. I got to go to the post office. So let me go out here to, well, let me put in the go. Hi, Lori girl. Welcome in. Make sure you have live chat selected. Thank you, Tina. Hi, Tina. It's good to see you. All right, let me put in the go. The range is 1 to 100. Go. I laugh at my typing. My typing's bad on that tablet because the font, I can't see. I need better lighting in here. Okay, I'm in the notifications. Let me get out of that. And let's go back to my random org. I'm right there, only I have to go back and change it from 1 to 100. Oh, it is at 100. 1 to 100. So we'll let that set for a minute. I'll wash out my brush. I'm done with my brush. Welcome in. If I miss saying good morning to you, good morning. Thanks for popping in and at least saying good morning. I know a lot of you have things to do in the morning, and, you know, I get that. I understand. Sometimes I don't have time to watch all the streams I'd like to. Well, most of the time I don't, especially when I'm working out in the yard. I try to go back and watch replays. That's what happened here. I was watching Becky's replay of her Wednesday stream. I go, what a great idea. I'm going to do it. So my next prompt, we did the background on, my second prompt is hands. And by the way, you can play for somebody who's not here in this stream. So far, I have 3 people who played. So you have a good chance of winning. Come on, guys. Do I need to reset my chat again? Am I boring you guys with this? Chat filter, all messages. Oh, there we, no, I've only got 3 people playing. Come on. Hit a number in there. You have a good chance of winning. What was I going to do? I was going to get the hands out of there. I'm doing it early for you guys. All right. So this is what I'm going to use for inspiration for, and I might just do one hand on the front and one hand on the back because this is going to be mail art. And I have to leave room for a stamp. We could put a hand here and a hand there. A dress in here someplace, and then I'll put on the dress, and then the thread on the clothespins, the stack of books, and the spools of thread will go on the dresses, or I might do something around the dress. Maybe I'll hang the dress up with clothespins. That sounds like a good idea. And make the spool of thread sewing on the and what was the other one? Stack of books could be around it. I've already designed my envelope. Thank you for playing for Angie, Becky, and Lala. All right. Thank you, Becky. We're going to go ahead and pull the numbers because we're not going to wait around forever. So the range is between 1 and 100. I'm going to hit get sequence. The numbers are 32, 14, and 10. We might have to do another pull. Who's closest to 32? Oh, they're all under. Oh, no, 14 for Angie. That would be the second one. The blue one goes to Angie. Thank you, Becky, for playing for Angie. And Becky played for you from Beck to Angie. That was sweet of you to do that. I feel like painting another envelope. If you don't win the yellow one, Becky. All right, we're going to do another because the other numbers are above 20 for Lala. What was that other number? 32? Oh, well, Becky definitely gets an envelope. 20 for Lala. And the number, the first number was 32. And Becky got it on the nose with Angie. And this one was 20. And this was Becky for Lala. Becky, I'm going to do another envelope just for you. Do you want a blue or a yellow one? Because Becky won twice for other people. Becky to Lala. Oh, I didn't put in the stop, did I? Well, I'll put in the stop here. You want a blue one? Okay. So I'm going to do another blue one quick here. Because I want one. I want one too. I'll put these back down here. Thank you, Becky, for playing. I appreciate you so much. All right, let's grab. I'm glad I didn't throw this wax paper away. I got it out. So we're going to hurry and do a blue one for Becky. I think that might be enough. I'm not sure. I've washed out my brush. It's not fair for Becky to win twice for other people and not get one for herself. That's not fair. Close my pen up. And I'm going to put blue for Becky. Blue. And I have everybody's address already for Becky. And I'm going to put TY for thank you. Alrighty. And I need to tape it here. We have not had much rain for the last couple weeks, and we need rain. I have appreciated the nicer weather because I could get out in the yard and work. But it hasn't rained for a couple weeks, and we're really needing some rain. So somebody order some rain for us. All right, I'm going to do this flap first. let's hit it with the heat gun. I don't know what the heat gun will do to that release tape. It might be harder to pull off. I guess I'll find out. All right, now let's do the, and I've just been putting my hand under it for this. Ooh, that's too much. Hold it. Let me grab another sheet of, another towel. That's way darker than I want it. Let's put some more water on that. Heat gun. Now let's do the other side. It's really darker than what I'm wearing. My envelope is nice and wet here. Oh, let's dry that. I'm going to put just a little bit more color in here. Ruth says congratulations to all those winners. Becky picked it for everybody. Becky picked it. I might have just said, Becky, why don't you pick some winners? This is still a little damp. I'll put that heat gun down. Hold on. Where did I put it? Where did it go? Oh, I found my other palette paper. It must have blown off on the floor while I wasn't looking. Where did I put that heat gun? Hold on. Oh, now I unplugged the thing. Jeez, Mary. It'll be dry by the time I get set up, because I can't see. It's so dark in here. It is so dark. Okay, I'm liking that. And let's do another page in my composition book here. I'm not want to mess this up. I'm liking that. Let's do the back of it. Put my paintbrush in the water. And let's smudge this. And we'll just let that dry a little. Come on. There we go. Now, my poor phone, if I don't get this out of the way, I'll be putting people in timeout. Or blocking them. All right. So now we're going to do envelopes. We've got 2 blue and 2 yellow. And a blue and yellow go to, the yellow goes from Becky to Lala, and the blue one goes from, the yellow one goes from Becky to Lala, the blue one goes from Becky to Angie, and then I'm going to do a thank you one for Becky for playing along in blue, and I'll take the other yellow one. So the next prompt, the second prompt is hands. And I think what I'm going to do is draw a hand on here, maybe on both sides. This will be the paint side. We'll put the address over here. So I'll put my address here. I'll leave a space here for an address. We'll put a smaller hand in here because I want to put a dress on here too. A smaller dress. And we might get a hand over. No, we're going to put the address. Let's draw an address space on there. I'm going to do this with paint pens. And then I think I'm going to paint the hands. And look, you guys, I've got some small paint pens. We're going to use the smaller ones. And I think these are... No, I think these are still the first set. Oh, but it looks like I pulled one out of it. The black, probably. I don't know what I pulled out. Let's just open these up. I saved this because it's nice and makes a nice tag. So let me put that up. Get my paint pens out here. I might have to use a big one of something if I'm missing it. And we'll throw this away. I hate throwing this stuff away. I could use it for a palette, but I got my wax paper. I hate throwing stuff away, you guys, but I've got to. My room is full. We're going to keep that. I'll find a space between some books for that. All right. So what I want to do... Let's take a pen. We got pink. Oh, the lighting in here. I think that's a light blue. This is the purple, the white. I think I used the black out of here. A dark blue, green, a darker green, or no, that's a blue. See. They look so much alike. I think that's green and that's blue. That's gray. I said it was light blue. Here's a dark green. I do have the black. And a yellow. I don't know. I guess I pulled the red out of here. We might have to use the red from the other set. Or I might have it in my other box. But what I want to do is take the black and first thing I'm going to do is make a space for the addresses on here. So hopefully I can write the address in here. And I might paint that out in white. And I don't think their addresses are that big on any of them, but I'm going to make a fairly large box here. And I'm going to paint that white. Let's do that first so that I know where to put my other art. This is for me. My address isn't that big. And I'll write the addresses with a Sharpie. Fine point Sharpie. Or I might use a sticker because I got plenty of stickers left. Sticker paper. So if I use sticker paper, I won't have to paint white, but I think I'll paint it white anyway. One more. Sun shining. I've been getting out in the garden early in the morning, so right after this stream, I'm going to, I'm going to go out and plant my marigold and water my other plants, plant my peppers. I didn't bring the peppers in to show you. The beets aren't doing that well. I might just put them in the ground and then I might plant some seed and see if they come up. So, before I paint these, I want to do the hands. So, let's pick a hand. I don't want anything very complicated because, especially for the smaller ones, I want to pinch. I want to pinch. Who did this? I wonder if I can find it online. Find this artist online. Hands. Where are the hands in here? Is this the one yeah, that's the one I used. There's the dresses. Come on, where are the hands? Well, let's look at the contents. Scrappy gift tags. Distressed doodles, is that what it is? I'm going to get a flip through when I find the hands. Was that just on paper? Surely they would have. Thought I saw hands in here. I think they were the doodles, but there's the Wabi Sabi house. Paper, gift tags. Oh, Handcrafted, Part 1 by Michelle Ward. Michelle Ward. Let's see if they give a. Well, I like these hands here. I might not use that paper. That paper goes with this, but I can see these hands better here. I like something simple, like there's a flower in there. This might be a little more to the cuff. I might take the cuff and just do a little lace on it. I could use a stencil, but I have to find my stencils. Let's see what's on here. See, that this is almost too complicated for me to do here. They're very detailed. I like this one. So let's go with that one for the back. And this, I like this. They're tiny, tiny white stars on a black ground. I'll do something different on the cuff. This is really too much to do in a I think she stamped. She might have stamped. So I might do my own thing too. But let's draw the outline of them with my black pen wherever I put it. Blue. Let me get this off my desk. I have got to train myself to put things, I use it and then I got to train myself to put things back. That's the purple. Wouldn't hurt to use the purple. This is the black. Is that the same? That's the bigger one, I think. Maybe not. We'll use it. I want to do hands. All right. Look at this. Hold on. I want to look at this one right here. So I'll do a yellow one first. And then if I mess up, it'll be mine. So let's draw the 4 fingers. 1, 2. Mine's got a pointy fingernail. 3, 4. And a thumb. And then it comes down. Oh, this is good because I'm not going to get the entire hand on here. So this will be mine. And I'll put some leaves in it. I'm going to paint it white first. So that'll be mine. Now the other one I've got to make smaller. So I can get the whole hand on there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the thumb. Come down. Do the cuff. And this one will go, I think it went to Angie. The other yellow one. I can put a little, no, I just draw a line there. This one will be mine. I'll know it with the short, fat hand. All right. Then 1 to Lala from Becky. And a smaller hand, Meri. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the cuff and the hand. It doesn't look like much now, but wait till we get them decorated. And this is the address side of the envelope. Okay, this one goes to Becky. Let's see if I can do a decent job on Becky's. Maybe not. And the thumb. And the cuff. And we're going to give her a wider hand so I can get some designs on there. All right. Now on this side, let's go back to mine again because I think I'll do the same hand, same style of hand. I might put a different decoration on it. On this side, I can do it a little bit bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come down, do the thumb. Do a cuff. And do a hand. That's mine. This one will be for Angie. 1, 2, 3, 4. Angie, if you're listening, Becky won an envelope for you. Oh, that's for Angie. I forgot which one was for Becky. I think Becky's I made bigger. Yeah, this one's for Becky. It's larger in here. That's how I'll remember them. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come down, do the thumb. Do a cuff. It looks a little weird. It's a wave. My hand is waving to you. All right. And this one is for Lala. We'll have to do this more often. You know, I've been thinking on these prompt games, I've been thinking I could stretch them across streams. Do the first set of prompts in one stream and the second set in another stream. And then I could do more art. All right, so there's the hands and the... Now I'm going to paint these white, and then I'm going to decorate them. I'm going to paint them white first, because then I can do what I want with the paint pens, and I have a nice background to work on. So I want to do the dresses next, and I'm going to do the same thing with the dresses, except I'm not going to put a dress on the front. I might put a flower or something in there. We'll see. Might put my spool of thread on there. Could put the hand holding a spool of thread. Here's mine. Let's put the hand holding. It could be tatting. We'll put a little tat on there. This is my wild card. A little tat. And it's going to come down here. And it's going to hold a... Well, it won't be... Well, I have to do a spool of thread because that's what the prompt was. We'll just do one little spool of thread here. And we'll let this come around. Now I'm going to paint these white, so I'll have something to work off of. But let's go ahead and let's put a tap off of these. Because Meri tats. I might save these prompts and do some mail art using the same prompts because I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I won't be able to do a whole lot here, but I could have another giveaway in another stream and do the same thing, use the same prompts. I wouldn't have to do all the choosing. That would be fun to do. All right. Do I have them all? Okay. So on the back, we want to do the spool of thread here. And I think I'll put 2 tats. We'll do a string of rings here, Miss Jacqueline. I'm encouraging Jacqueline to do a string of rings. Even if you do 5 of them. Even if you do 5. That's still a string. And I'm going to use a smaller because I might want to put something down in here. I don't know. I think, well, no, I got to get the dresses on there. The dresses I'm going to put, I have to get the books and the dresses on there. I'm going to put the dress on, and then I think I'm going to put the clothespins in the dress. And I might put a book in there too. We'll see. But let's do the front of these. We're going to do a string of rings. Well, I just did 3. 3 is enough. And let's put my spool of thread. This is Becky's. No. This is from Becky's. Yeah, this one's Becky's because it's got the wider base here. That's how I'm identifying it. And this one is Angie's because mine has the wider base. And this one is Lala's. All right, now let's get my prompts. Where's my prompt list here? So I'm just kind of drawing. I'm not going to check them off till I'm done. Let's do the dresses next, because I've already got the spool of threads on there. And all I have left is thread on the clothespins and the dress and the stack of books. So let's put the dresses. Let's go back and look at the dresses. That was on page 118. But I think I had 118 was just the shape. Well, which is okay. This is page 115, 16, 17, 18. So we'll use one of these. I'm thinking this one because it has sleeves. I could do that one. These are fuller. I kind of like, of course it's way down below. I kind of like this one, but I could put, I like this one with the sleeves. I like this one. So I'm going to make this with the sleeves and make a fuller dress. Well, we'll see what I can get on. Let's use one of mine. Let's use mine with the fat hand and see what I can do here. And if I have room, I'll put another hand there. Or maybe a clothespin. We could do the clothespin here and put the dress. All right. So let's do the full dress first. The full part of it. And then it comes up. And it has give it a deep neck. And it may not be perfect, but it'll be. All right. And then I'm going to paint these shapes white, and then I'll decorate them. So I think I'll put the clothespins. I need books and a clothespin. I may just put flowers or something on there. We'll see. I might doodle in the dress. Let's put clothespin here. So the clothespin has thread on it. Let's see. I have to think what a clothespin looks like. I don't think I have mine out. It has the little shape up at the top here, like that. Now this is mine that I'm drawing on. I think it has a hole here and a wire around it, like that. Yeah, and then it comes down. Like that. Whoops, I'm going to make that a little slanty. I'll put that down a little bit more. And then it has string around here, and I'll do the string in a different color. I just want to paint that white. And let's go ahead and put the stack of books on here. So it's just a stack of books. And actually, all I'm doing here is decorating these envelopes. They may not be, I might put some border, we'll see what I do. So this is my stack of books. I'm going to give you a big fat one here. This is one of those Nebraska Revised Statute books. And we'll give you another one. Law books. I was going to tear apart law books this morning, but by the time I got my flowers carried in here, I didn't have room for the books. So we'll decorate the dress with something else. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this magazine out of the way. I'm going to use that one as the model. Let me put a marker in that page if I want to come back and look at it. And okay, so this one I think is Angie's. Mine is short and fat. Her hand is, well, maybe that one was Angie's. This one's Angie's because mine is short and fat. I did Angie's first. I still like it. Oh, and I didn't put the, I still have to put some tatting on here. Hold on, Mary's getting there. We still have to tap the hands here. So let's do this one, the tatting. I have to watch my time. It is, oh, I've got plenty of time. It's only 7:45. You guys, you should have played for these envelopes. You didn't play in the contest, so you don't get a tatted hand. A hand tatting off of a spool of thread here. I watched, we didn't have a needle tatting class yesterday, but I did watch Tammy's shuttle tatting, and she's going to have a beginner class if she can get enough interest. And I'm hoping she can because I need some help. All right, so let's start with the dress here. Come down, around, down. We're going to give her a thinner waist. I should give her a fatter waist, but oh, I may not have room for my books. All right, then put the sleeve here. And let's put the books first. Let's put the big old law book. And another one. And I may not get so many books on here. Let's move on to the clothespin. Clothespin's going to be as tall as the dress, but that's okay. And I might do something different in the background here. I might put some tatting up in here. Might put a string of rings. I might make it come in. I think I will. Let's draw the clothespin first. And then there's a little metal piece. I think that's how it looks. I can't remember. I won't have as much room for string, but let's make this tatting come this way. And we might do some tatting on the other side. I'm getting inspired now. String of rings. You guys, I'm doing a tassel with a string of rings. And I'm also tatting a beautiful, Jacqueline's beautiful tassel that I got from her. I'm making a gold string of rings for as a loop holder, so I can hang it up on my camera stand. Oh, I'm liking that. Let's end a couple threads down here. I'm liking it. Let's see what we can. We've only got one. Let's make a little tat in here. Because I can't get. I guess I could get some in there, but by the time you put the stamp, I guess I could put a couple in here. We'll see what happens here. So right now, let's see, I'm going to paint a space for the stamp. I might paint two. I think I can get 2 stamps in there. I'm going to paint that out anyway. So let's do another couple strings of rings here. This one's mine because it's short and fat. All right, let's do this side. And my rings are not all the same size. And I'll probably put some Picassos on them. And look how much space I left in there. Let's do another big spaced one. There we go. Don't have to have all the same size on the string of rings. All right. Are these two done? Well, no, we got to do this. What did I do here? I put another ring on it. And I don't have the clothespin or the books on here. I don't have room. I'm going to put, this is for Angie. I think I'm just going to put 1 book, maybe 2. My stack of books. And I should probably do that on mine too. I'll paint this out. Just put 2, maybe 3, because I've already got a 3rd one here. There. And Angie just gets, and this is on, well, this is on the front, this is on the back. I didn't put a book on mine here. I'm going to put a book here. Well, I goofed it up. That's a book. I'll fix it later. All right, now I need to put, what did I put over here on mine? I didn't put anything in here. Let's put another clothespin. Well, let's make room for the stamps. Because if I put Happy Mail in here, like I'm thinking I'm going to put some dolls, fussy cut dolls, I'd probably put 2 stamps on there just to make sure they go through with no issue. I don't mind doing that. And let's put another clothespin on here. It might be a small clothespin. Whoops. Got in the way of the... And then I'm going to put thread on there, or draw thread, but not with that. Okay. So that's Angie's. This one's Angie's and this one's mine. And there we go. This one's mine, this one's Angie's. This one's mine, and this one is Angie's. This one is Lala's, this one is Becky's. And I'm going to put another tat here and bring it down on my thread. And I'm not going to put that book in there. I did on this one, but I kind of don't really. It's okay, but I think it kind of just could stay blank. Let's put some, looks like donuts, but they're tats. I'll put Picasso on them when I paint them. Picasso will make them look pretty. Picasso are little, like that. Something like that. Okay, right now they look like donuts, but I'm just going to paint the background. Okay, I think that's I don't think I have much room over here. Let's put the room for the stamps here. And right now it just looks like donuts, but that's okay. It's a string of rings. A string of rings. All right, now let's flip them over. And look, I didn't get the tats on here. And let's do the spool of thread. And the dresses. I'll paint this out. Whoops. I'll paint it out. Don't worry, it'll look good in the end. I didn't get it wide enough to suit me, but it'll be painted. It'll be painted out. And we need the books. Let's do the big old fat law book. And then another book on top of that. I do better when I draw the first book and then add the bottom ones. We're only going to do 3. that's a stack of books. And then the clothespin. And I'm going to make that clothespin tall. And let's do the string of rings first. I don't know whether I'm doing Lala's or Angie or Becky's here. They both get blue ones. I think I'm doing Lala's. No, I think I'm doing Becky's, because just give me some patience here. And then let's put the clothespin in here. I'll put a circle there. It's got a little wire coming across, and then it goes down, comes down. Something like that. Okay, let's do this one. Let's see, I think I did the front. This will be painted out. I'm going to paint all these shapes white, and then I can work on them. And before I start painting the white, I'll come out and look at chat. This is kind of fun to do. I was only going to do 2, and then I thought, well, let's do a 3rd one, and then Becky won for both Lala and Angie. And I thought it's not fair for Becky to pick 2 winners and not get one herself. So I ended up doing 4 envelopes. Okay, let's do the dress. I do better when I start at the bottom and go up. I want to just flare out a little more. And let's do a okay, let's do the stack of books. Let's start at the top. I think I do better when I start at the top with my books. You don't stack books from the top and go down in real life, but in drawing it works better for me. And let's do a fat law book. And let's do the clothespin. Whoops, that needs to be more. And I got a hole there. And there's a little metal part in here, something like this. And then it comes down, has a leg, and another leg. And then I'll come back in and put lines for the... So here we go. All right, now let me come out and look at chat, and then I'll paint out my shapes in white. I would use a white paint pen, but I'm not happy with it soaks in. I like white paint better. So let me grab my phone, because I can see the chat better on my phone. So... where's my YouTube? Oh, I only got an hour to finish, so I'm not going to chat too long here. I want to welcome you all in. And skip the... Angie says, Jacqueline, are you going to work out? Jacqueline says she's going on her lunch break and then after work again. Jacqueline's been working out. I'm scolding her for not tatting her string of rings. I want to see a string of rings, Jacqueline. Of course, we don't have to meet next week. I'll give you 2 weeks to get that string of rings done. I'll give you 2 rings. You're a gym rat now, Jacqueline says. Angie says, I need to do a journal with envelopes and all that you send me. Jacqueline, are you going to work out? Angie says, Joyce. Oh, hi, Joyce. Good morning, Joyce. I stay in the floor. I like said, oh, you sit on the floor? You like sitting on the floor till my feet go to sleep. Angie. Jacqueline says, I was driving and I missed a lot. What are these for? These are prompt games. I followed, if you look in the description box for those who come in, you'll see a link to Becky did mail art, and she did a prompt game. She based it on the prompts that I did the other night, and I thought that was such a great idea that I thought I would do it. So I'm doing mail art, and my prompts were background color, hands, dress, thread, and I made my thread, I tatted with my thread, a stack of books and a clothespin with string around it. So these are going to go out. Becky won for both Arlene and Lala, and I'm doing one for myself, and then I didn't think it was fair for Becky to win twice for other people and not get one herself, so I'm giving one to her. In the space you could put clothes, in holding the dress. Oh, you mean you could put a hand holding the dress. In the space, you could put a clothes in holding the dress. Oh, clothespin holding the dress. Oh, that, I see what you mean. Yeah, we could put little clothespins on there. I could have done that. I think she's talking about this, though. I don't know if I have enough room. That's a good idea, Becky. I think I missed it. Hi, Vanessa. If you're still out there, Angel Rose Designs. I always miss her when she comes in. I hope she hears my hello. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Brenda. Welcome in, ladies. Teresa says, bye, Arlene. Have a blessed day. Arlene says she's got to run. Have a good day, everybody. Brenda's popped in and said hello. They're saying good morning. Angie's cleaning the bathroom. Yeah, Becky said she would use decorative papers and add a hand to the end. Yeah, I should have done that. I'm painting and drawing though. I don't want to do any collage work, but decorative papers would be a good idea. Becky has all sorts of good ideas. Diane popped in, the messy palette. Good morning, Diane. Or it's probably afternoon or evening for you. She's over in Australia. Becky said she's behaving bad, or Diane says she's behaving. She's saying hello, messy palette. Ruth Lamb was here. She says congratulations to the winners. Here's where Becky picked all the winners. Tina was here. Paint Girly was here. Jacqueline says she needs to prep a new notebook, a watercolor, a composition notebook, and use it for my daily journaling notes and lists. What a cool idea. Becky says she's not sure. She may have to use some glue. Did Meri protect the glue strip? I did protect the glue strip with double-sided tape. And then when I seal the envelopes, I'll just take the tape off. So I did do that. Angie says, do you see me? I see you, Angie. Do you hear me? I hear you, Angie. And Arlene says, I do not know how to use Google Drive. Oh, I'm caught up with chat. And I'm up to the top. Let's go down to the bottom. Whoops, I don't want to hide anybody. Becky said, I'm listening to the bullfrogs in the pool in the neighbor's yard behind our garage. Aw. All right. Oh, Vanessa says she is here. Well, I'm glad you heard my hello, Vanessa. Sometimes you pop in and I miss you, and I don't intentionally miss you. It's just that I scroll too fast. All right, let's put the white. I'm going to put the white background on here so I can decorate these. So let's start with my short fat hand and you'll see what I mean. And let me get out the white. White, I had white out the other day. Where did I put it that? Where did I put my white back? I found it. And I'm going to use a smaller brush. that'll work. I'm going to do the smaller pieces first. This shouldn't take too long. I need to be done by 9. Today is Thursday. I think Paint Girly comes on. And look what I did. I dipped the end of my... I always use the wrong side first. I do that with tatting too. I use my tatting needle, and when I go to thread my needle, I always try to thread the pointy side first. All right, we're just going to paint these out so that when I decorate them, I will, the yellow, they'll stand out more is what I'm saying. And this won't take long. Too long. And if I don't get them done by 9 o'clock, because I do need to sign off at 9, I will finish them up tomorrow morning. Now, let's do the rings. And the string. I might leave that string black. Well, no, I think I'll bring it down. Let's paint out the spool. And this is the address side. Now, I really don't need to paint the space for the address, but I think I will because I can't guarantee that my stickers will, well, probably doesn't make a big difference. And I did a book in here, one book. And I really don't care for it, but I'm going to go ahead and paint it out anyway. And I'll draw it better when I come back. Let's do the return address space. And I just need to get, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to put labels over them. But I drew squares there so I wouldn't do art, and so I'd have room when I went to do my addressing. Okay, let's do the string of rings. What time is it? 8:13. I may not get these all decorated today. I will finish them tomorrow morning if I don't get them all done today because, whoops, that sort of looks like one of my tatting blenders. And then this will be the stamp area where I'll put my postage stamps. And this is the address portion to the person that it's going to. This one's coming back to me. My address isn't that big, but it'll do, pig. It'll do, pig. I need to start watching Catherine again. K3N. I'll tell you guys, I'm so behind on watching videos. I am so behind. Okay, we're just going to let that side dry. We'll set it aside. And we'll do the other one. Now this is just fun. This one goes to Angie. This is just fun art. This isn't meant to be perfect art at all. It's just meant to be fun. You get a little happy mail. Becky won for Angie. If you didn't play, you couldn't win. Not very many played in my giveaways. They must not like my art. does not like my art. Help. That's okay. Becky won for Arlene and Lala. They were both in, I mean not Arlene, Angie and Lala. They were both in the chat this morning. And I said it's not fair for Becky to win for 2 people and not get one herself. And I didn't paint the address side, I'm painting the back side. Just how it landed. And I might add some words here, in here, like tap, sew, read, create. Add some words just for fun. We'll do that as part of the decorating. And this is all about drawing and painting because I don't want to collage and I don't want to put dimensional things on these. I need some more paint. And these will look like books when I... Not bad. On this side, I think. I don't know if I put them on the other side on Angie's or not. Oops, a fat ring. And did I... I'm leaving my string black. I just have to do that so it'll show up. In real life, it would be the color of the thread, which may be any color that I pull out. And I'm not trying to stay within the lines and all that. I'm just giving it a little. And I didn't finish that dress. This is kind of fun. I'm glad Becky did this because it's kind of fun to shake things up a little, find different ways to use your prompts. All right, set that aside, let it dry. I think this one is Lala's. Not sure. Yeah, I think I messed up Becky's, but that'll be all painted out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, fine, fine. I probably will not get these done this morning. I'll finish them tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Friday. Gosh, the week has gone fast. I am patiently waiting for my retirement check to come in because I want to go buy some plants. It's the middle of May and I can't put any plants in because I need to go buy them. And I'm waiting for some money to come. It would have to be a later, they go by they go by your birthday, and I'm falling into the 3rd week. And boy, it's hard to wait that long sometimes. And I could ask my brother to loan me the money, but I don't like doing that. He would do it. He'd loan me the money. He'd say how much, and I'd tell him how much, and he says, "You're going to buy all those plants with that money?" Woo! He would say, "Woo!" I'll probably have to buy the grass seed, too. I should make him pay for the grass seed. But out there between the sidewalk and the stone fence, it needs to be more grass planted. It's pretty bare out there. And I've been pulling dandelions out of it. I should make him buy the grass seed. We were talking about it yesterday, and he's just kind of done with this stuff. He used to keep his yard up really nice. Used to put a lot of work in it. He said he's done with it. I can do what I want, so I've been doing what I want, but I think he should pay for the grass seed. After all, I bought a big old huge pile of compost for his garden. He would have left it. He would not have gardened anymore. He would have let it go back to grass and weeds. But I wanted flowers, so I bought compost. And I water his tomatoes for him and his cucumbers. He planted them. I've got to give him credit for that. That he's pretty much done with the gardening. He says his back hurts him, his feet hurt him, but that he could walk to the store and buy grass seed. I'll tell him that. I'm not going to buy your grass seed for you. You have to buy that yourself. Well, I'll just let it go to weeds. He said he'd let it go. That's what he said. And I said, yeah, it'd be weeds. And he says, yeah, probably. All right, let's do this one. I think this one's Becky's. I kind of like them just painted like this, but I'm going to decorate them. I'm going to decorate them. I want to buy some, I need groceries. I've been doing pretty good though. I bought enough to keep me until my middle of the month. I've been eating baked potatoes. I love me my baked potatoes. And salads, what I've been having for my lunches. And popcorn. And I've been doing pretty good on my groceries. I do need more though. And now let's do that dress because I've got too much paint on my brush. Let me wipe this off. Do those string of rings and too much paint. So I have my work cut out for me today. I'm only working there in the morning though, because it gets too hot even here. It was up in the high 80s yesterday. Now, I don't think I'm going to leave the tatting thread. I might make it a different color, or I might make it white. But all I'm doing now is just putting in a white background so I can decorate over it. And I like white. I like my white paint. I find that those white pens soak in too much for me, for my taste. So just consider this a primer, so to speak, a background color. It's too much paint on that brush. And most of the hard work in the garden is done. Now it's really just basically planting. I still have some planters to fill up with dirt. And I got a small pile of dirt left out of that big, huge pile of dirt of compost. I've just got, it's all used except for a small pile. And we're going to plant corn there. If I have time and have the energy, I might plant the okra today. Because the okra, and then I want to put landscape fabric on the south end of the garden to keep the weeds from traveling into the garden, so I might do that today. I can see it looks pretty windy out there. I can see the trees, the shadow of the trees blowing on my curtain. I can see the shadows blowing. I might have to put some ribbons on these books if I can get a ribbon around them. Draw ribbon, I mean. I'm just about done here. But I need to paint the other side. What time is it? Almost 8:30. I think this painting, the white in, will be all I get done today. I'll decorate them tomorrow morning. I do like them like that, though. I might write some words on them today if I have time. Let's go back to, this one is mine. We're going to do the other side. Is that mine? Yeah, it's short and fat hand. Short fat hand belongs to Meri. Although I've got pretty long, slender fingers. I always have. I always wanted to play the piano. My parents couldn't afford a piano. Now I have a keyboard. And then my brother says, you never play it. And I say, well, because that's you're listening. That's because you're listening. It does have earphones, though. And I do have earphones on it. I could play it, but something won't let me play it. I don't know why. It was my brother's significant other's keyboard. I think it was really, she'd gotten it for her son, I think. He played it. Her youngest son. I'm going to put some more paint on here. Anyway, that's what I understood it was for him. So I got my work cut out for me today. But I'm glad that most of the heavy work is done. Now it's planting and watering. And watching it grow. I did order some more canna bulbs off of Facebook. And the lady hasn't answered me yet. Well, she answered me I asked her if she had any left, and she messaged me back after a few days and said she still had some. And I answered her yesterday and said I'd take 10 of them. And she hasn't answered me yet. So I might run over there if she tells me where to go. I said, I need to know where to go. Get my cannabulbs. I'm going to plant them on the south side. So I'll have cannabulbs on the north side and on the south side, if they all come up. When you buy them from people now, I was really disgusted with Holland Bulb Farms. They're out of Wisconsin, I think Milwaukee area. And I thought, oh, they're landscaping, you know, that's what they do, is they sell bulbs. I ordered them on April 7th, and they said they would be there next Tuesday. I didn't get them till 4 weeks later. I called them twice, and I said, I told my brother, I said, if they aren't here by May 7th, I'm going to cancel my order. And then I said, it'll probably take me a month to get my refund back. But lo and behold, they showed up on May the 6th. So I planted them. Now they better grow. That's all I can say. They better grow. Let's see, I think I did my stack of books aren't the best. I could do better books than this. But we'll just, this is just the background. I'll maybe try to draw them a little better in there. And the clothespin. And I might tomorrow morning plant some more seedlings, some more, because I can start some more indoors. I think snapdragons you're supposed to start indoors. I have a few things that I can start indoors. And they'll germinate and grow enough for me to plant later than the summer. This is Angie's. Let's do this side. I still have just about a half an hour left here. We'll get the backgrounds painted in. We'll finish them tomorrow morning. I just about didn't stream today. And then I said, no, Meri, you need to get back to your regular schedule. Whoops, painted my finger. Got it on my hand. So I got up. Well, I set my alarm for 3:30 in the morning. I didn't get up till 4:30 this morning. And then I made coffee. And it was almost 5 o'clock before I settled down to do my reading. I'll draw those books better. It's just getting the space in there. Because it kind of comes out this way a little. So I'm enjoying the outdoors, though. I told our young man who mowed our yard last year that I wanted to do it myself this year. I said I missed doing the yard work last year. And so I haven't had much rain this spring, so our grass has not been too horribly long. When we get a lot of rain in the spring, it gets long and you have to mow it several times. All the rain has been going down south and east to Tennessee and Carolinas and Texas has been getting. Oh, I don't want those tornadoes that they've been getting. Ooh, scary tornadoes. We haven't had much bad weather this spring. I don't want bad weather, but we haven't had much to worry about. But they say on the 19th and 20th, I think Ryan Hall, you all said watch out for the Midwest. So in a couple days when I want to go shopping, it'll probably storm. Which I could still go if it only rains. But I'm not going to go if there's a tornado coming. I'll probably get it all planted and then we'll have a hailstorm or something. That's the risk you take. When you farm or plant gardens, you gotta deal with the weather. It's windy. I can tell that it's windy out because the trees are causing a shadow on my curtains. I need some more paint. Oh. Alrighty. So the yellow ones are all painted background. Let's do the blue ones. And this one, this one's Becky's because she has the larger dress. This one's Angie's, or Lala's. Now, Becky said you could put the clothespins, I think she said the hands holding the clothespin on the dress. That would be a cool idea. But I didn't do that. I made my hands tatting. I had to tat. I tatted this morning. Boy, I'll tell you, yesterday I had to pull out a ring. And pulling out a split ring, oh my Lord. It took me almost 45 minutes to get it all pulled out and straightened up. I goofed it up. I had to frog it. Frogging is common, even in tatting. If you goof, if you don't want to leave your goof in there, you pull it out, redo it, and I did, and it's fine now. But boy, I'll tell you, that was a lot of work. It must have been, well, I knotted it up somehow, and it was getting those knots out. Yeah. Now it's just painting the stamp area and the address side here. And I'm just putting in a white background so that when I put my decorations on there, they'll show up better. If you just use those paint pens over the blue or yellow or whatever background color you have, it will blend in with the background color. And I could have drawn these first and then painted around them, but I think it's easier to do the background color and then paint them out. This is Lala's. And I'm going to put address labels on there. I'm going to use my stickers, my scrap stickers, to put address labels on. This one's Becky's. What happened to my plant? There it is. Right in front of your nose. Get that. Too much paint on my bristles there. Let's do the rings. I'll have to redraw that. A little spool of thread here that I'm tatting from. Now we just have the address portions in the stamp area. And I think I'm going to put fussy cuts in. I think I'll share some of my doll fussy cuts because I've got a lot of them and I got more to fussy cut. I'll never use all those dolls. I might wrap them up in law book pages. I'm going to bring my law books in here tomorrow and I need to get law books ready to mail. I started it and then I brought in what I had out in the car, and they're out in the back porch, and they need to be deconstructed and nailed off. I have just enough paint to finish up here. Okie dokie. Now this is just background, so they'll be decorated. And let me put my paintbrush in the water. And we'll get out my smear book. I have another book I'm using, but I don't know where I put it. I guess it's here somewhere. But we're going to smear some white paint. We'll smear it on here. There we go. And I'm going to throw that away because I'm done painting. Time to throw my trash sack out. And we'll set this over and let it dry. Alright. We'll set this up and let the two blue ones dry. And I think what I'm going to do, what time is it? 8:46. I've got just enough time. I'm going to take that black pen, if I can find it. Could write it in purple. I did purple elephant eyes the other day. What did I do with my black? Is this it? No, that's the purple. I don't like these pen caps. I just don't like them. Whoever designed this was not an artist, everyday artist. I think this one's the black. Because you have to turn them this way to see what color, and the black and the purple are. And all I'm going to do, I think this one is mine. No, that one must be Angie's. No, that one's mine. It's short and fat. I want to write words like tat, so, well, let's write create, create, read, so, inspire, I'm going to decorate this, so I'm not going to put a hand in, I'm not going to put word on that. Let's see. Art. That's enough words. So let's do that. Where's the other one? Tat. Oh. I put a book here. Wait, I'm on the wrong side anyway. Hold on, let me finish the book. Let's go on this side. Tat. So. Art. Inspire. Read. Their books aren't too bad now that I've painted them out and I can see them a better. Could put hang over here. Hang! Hang around. And down here I'm going to put create. I'll let that one dry a little more. All right, so tapped. So we could put paint on there too, but I didn't think of it. Art, we'll put paint on the other side. Paint and draw, sketch, read. Let's do these books a little. Make them look like books. Read. Inspire. And I think I put create. I'm going to put draw in here because it needs something. Draw. Create. And tapped. Oops, I might have to repaint this. I don't like that hand. Tapped. Art. I'll repaint that. I don't like what I did there. So inspire. Oops. I might have to, I got inspire. I'm going to have to fix that too. Might have to paint it out and write a word on there or put a label or something on there. This is Becky's. I'm messing it up. Poor Becky. She was so nice to play for everybody. Read. Put draw in here. Draw. And create. Let me see if I can't paint this inspire out. I'll paint it with white. What did I do with my brush? I put it back in the water. Let's paint out that hand again. Messed Becky's up. We don't want to send her a messed up piece. And I'm just going to paint this whole thing out, and then I'll write over it. We'll just do a square. I need more paint than that. Becky gets a clothing label. She gets a clothing label here, or a magic carpet or something. We'll let that dry. Now let's go back to, let that one dry. Let's go back to this one. Put the cap back on my paint. And I think I'm going to write nail art. And paint. Draw. Sketch. doodle. Basically what these are. Doodle. And for fun, let's do scribble. So, there's that one. We're going to put mail art here. Doodle. We'll put doodle here. I didn't have room to do a clothespin on this side. Doodle. Sketch. Draw. And let's see, scribble. And I think I got paint off in here, paint. Okay. So it's a little damp, but I think it'll be okay. Mail art. Doodle. Sketch. Draw. And I think I didn't put books on this one. Paint. We'll do it this way. Paint. Scribble. And it is 8:58, so it's time for me to come out and say goodbye. Let me take this off. We did a prompt game and had a giveaway. One is going to, Becky won for Lala and Angie. And because she was so nice to play for both of them and win for two people, I decided she deserved one, so we did one for her. And I did 4 envelopes here. They're not finished, but I will finish them tomorrow morning. I'm going to put all sorts of doodles, and let's put it this way. I'm going to do all sorts of doodles. We're going to make designs on the hands and the dresses, and we might even do a little doodling around the boxes. So I want to thank you all for coming. I'm not going to read the rest of the chat because it's 8:59. Paint Girly comes on next. So go see what Paint Girly is doing. I would join Paint Girly, but I need to get out in the garden. Maybe I'll pop in later after I get all my planting and all that done in the season. I'll have more time. So, do I see Carol McDonald out there? Hi, Carol. Welcome in, Ruth. Hi, everybody. All right. Have a great day, everybody. I will come on tomorrow morning. It's Friday. The only thing I remember about Thursday is that Beth Schuler comes on tonight at 6. I will be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And Beth comes on, I believe, at 6 Eastern tonight. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. I'm going to go plant marigolds and red peppers and flowers.